You can look in a lineup and tell who shouldn't be there. It's not hard
Don't
because I
belong.
mean, when that happens, the first thing we say is, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Paradise Pump. And it's been a couple weeks, been busy. Everyone's been busy, but we're back. So, what do we got on the topic
We were
docket
busy
today?
last weekend because Jed and I attended the OCB. Don't quote me on this. Is it called Organization
I don't know. I just know it's
Bodybuilding?
OCB. It's the natural
It's a
circuit. Yeah.
natural show. Yeah, we watched the OCB show. Um, I had two competitors in the show, one in men's physique and the other in figure. And we all know Tyler Hayashi. Congratulations to you. He put up a very, very, very good fight. But as far as for overalls for the pro card, it just wasn't in his favor. For men's physique, they were saying that Tyler was too grainy
Oh, that's what they said?
and he was posing too hard. Like,
Interesting.
"Ugh." And like one of the judges came back and stopped me and Tyler in the back and was like, hey, before you guys leave, I just wanted to let you know all of these things. We wanted to give it to you. I'm like, but bro, you didn't. Just
Mm,
hmm
interesting. Too grainy.
So when he
Huh.
did ask for the judges' feedback on paper, they
Yeah,
were just like, keep doing what you're doing, bro. You're just about there. I mean, don't give up.
that's what they
Uh,
all say
yeah,
when
trying to
you
be
don't win.
PC about it. But yeah, this they critique Tyler on his posing a little bit, was a little bit too hard for their liking,
Do
and they
you
wanted him to be more fluid, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, do you feel like he was posing kind of hard? I mean, for you, were you thinking he should have maybe been a little more relaxed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we were all excited. We were hyped up and like this show he was undeniable. This is probably for all of the shows that he done.
Yeah.
We know that his conditioning being full and dry,
Yeah.
fuck, he was amazing. I was just like, holy shit, I wouldn't change a thing. Like the package that we bought is fucking perfect, so on point, fullest, like everything, like things that I've explained. But working up your nerves, and then you're all excited. You hear people shouting for you in the crowd. You get a little bit more antsy, and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I was trying to tell him like, oh, calm down. And I did explain to him prior to going up to prejudging and everything, just a little nuances on his posing instead of crunching down for abs, stay a little bit more upright and appear to be a lot more larger in
Okay.
stature
Okay.
versus shrinking down to make your abs, and the small little tricks and traits to posing
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
for
like
sure.
that. But as far as him posing too hard,
Yeah.
I don't think he wasn't trying to be like "Ugh," not anything like that for men's physique.
I mean, I've seen, you see it sometimes. Some guys what you say overpose, some guys do, right? They go a little too much and they could just relax it, bring that shoulder back and just kind of hold. They kind of squeeze and really
Hmm.
push and it's like, "Oh, dude, just open it up a little bit." So, I don't know if he was doing that.
I
I
was
didn't see the show,
super proud
but
of him. He worked on his own routine. He put it all together by himself. This was
yeah.
like the most polished I've ever seen Tyler. I mean, of course, we all can use some work. I'm not saying that he was freaking perfect, but like I'm super proud of the guy for as far as he come. And couldn't say anything better about that. But like as far as posing a little bit too hard for men's physique in that OCB, you can strike poses. So you can do like on your transition, you can do like a double bicep. On your front pose, you can do like a
Oh,
half crab or like whatever. So you actually can strike poses. Now, when you're striking poses, they want it a little bit more fluid and smooth, like coming from like a side pose transition to like a whatever, and make it really smooth. Sure, I get that, but I don't know, you can pose,
I
that's the
see.
thing. So was he over posing? Maybe to them he was.
Yeah, I've seen some of those drug-free organizations and it's interesting, like if you look like you might have taken gear or you might be on gear sometimes, you don't win. I've seen that before. Some of the guys, and it's like it's questionable. Granted, I know he's never done any gear ever, but if the judges go, it looks kind of questionable. Like I've seen it happen, and they mark him down, and he'll
But that
lose.
should be challenged because they do piss test and polygraph.
Well, yeah, they don't. It's
So
not
if those two are clear, they shouldn't be allowed to do that.
exactly, but it's the judge's opinion, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I know what
exactly.
you're saying, dude, but I've seen it before in shows. I'm like, it's so weird. I was like, huh. It's almost like if you look too good in a natural show, sometimes you get marked down.
He was up against some competition, and sometimes, like I'm just saying, genetics has a great role to
Mm.
play in it. But then when we went up on the lineup, everybody's like, "Fuck yeah, this is it, this is it, this is it."
Yeah.
Oh well, it wasn't.
I
But
saw him here. I mean, he looked great. And then I saw some of the pictures. Yeah, he was in shape. He was shredded, so he was ready to go. So
yeah,
yeah, well, and then today is the USA. So I know
yeah.
Kenny from here, he took fifth in men's physique.
Oh wow,
Yeah, he
okay.
looked really good. I really honestly thought he could take first
Yeah,
before he
yeah,
left. But I guess I don't know some of his because his coach Cuts had talked to Chad because Chad
yeah.
trains, and then I guess some of the poses and things like that. Maybe there was some posing, going on again. Maybe he was posing a little too hard. Also kind of like coming in and should have opened up a little bit more the angles a little bit. So I don't know what else beyond that. I mean, I thought he looked great going there. So, but those top five guys, all of them look good. So it's hard to say unless you're actually there.
Yeah.
But I know Kenny again. It's some of the poses, like his back pose, he was holding it up a little bit instead of opening it. They sometimes they kind of
Yeah, and so like that
shoulder
was
up
one
instead
too,
of open it.
because
Yeah,
Tyler, I had to talk to him. Your
yeah,
back pose, you were so anxious, you weren't like opening it
right.
up because you're like, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll, like you said, they're anxious and then they squeeze up here and they squeeze the traps
Yeah.
because it feels tight. Like you
Hmm.
feel like you're doing something, but really everything's in here
Yeah.
and instead of bringing your lats out, right? It's interesting when you're on stage. Sometimes you don't realize
Yeah.
that. Even if you practice a lot, I think a lot of guys, and even women too, like just doesn't have to be bodybuilding. It could be bikini, figure. Sometimes that practice, you got to get that muscle memory right because I just seen it so many times. People revert back to day one, back to day one. Like
Factory default
yeah,
settings.
factory default. Yeah, it's just you see it and you're just like, man, what happened? Like, and you lose shows because of it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can lose
yeah.
shows because of it. So yeah,
That's why it's imperative. We talk about it over and over and over again. Like posing is part of the package. Get with the posing coach. Ask some other people who's got years under their belt on this sport. Just
yeah,
yeah. And as far as it being a bodybuilding show, let's remember that that's what it is. I mean, even at the OCB show, I wish there was more females that were competing in figure, but like majority of the people who came in to compete at this OCB show was mainland people and whatever. But my other competitor, Kimmy, yeah, I wish there was more competition, but that is at the same time, like she did one show after another, and like sometimes your body just needs a break.
yeah. Have you have you heard of if men or even women maybe what they could do TRT in these shows? Like if it's
I don't think you can.
you can't, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's prescribed and all that, you're not
Yeah. I saw
allowed.
something about it on the bulletin they sent out. I don't think you can be on TRT.
I mean, it makes sense because
Yeah.
it is a steroid, right? So, but it's like if it's a medical condition, right?
Even
You're getting
inhalers
prescribed.
and shit like that, dude. Whatever's on the WADA
So
list.
none of that. Okay. That's what I figured. I mean, it makes sense. Like, could be an advantage, right? You could be on TRT and maybe you double dose. I don't know.
Yeah, so they did a polygraph test and they did a urinalysis, I believe. So,
Oh, really? They did your
yeah,
nails.
some of the polygraph questions, like me, Tyler, and Kimmy, we're talking in the back a little bit about the polygraph test. I'm like, damn, I would fail. Like, I can't answer some of that shit straight faced.
Oh, really? The questions?
Yeah, like they'd ask, oh, have you ever told a lie to get out of work early? You're like,
Oh, they asked that?
yeah,
Oh,
stuff like that. I'd be
I
like,
feel like a lot of people have.
yes, don't we all?
I feel like a lot of people have done that. You're like self-incriminate yourself at a drug-free bodybuilding
Yeah,
show.
exactly
You're like, I
right.
kind of don't want to answer that, man.
So, you ever slept with your best friend's partner?
You know,
Of
you're
course,
like,
we all do that, right? Fuck.
that's
Oh my
wrong.
God.
That's wrong.
That's why I probably can't go into these natural
Yeah,
sanctions.
nah, no, no, no. Yeah, I did it because I did one drug-free show years ago, obviously, and they did a polygraph. I forget what questions they asked me. It was pretty basic, but yeah, I
Yeah, the
don't know.
competitors had to pay for that polygraph test. I told them it's a
Of
money
course,
grab.
it is a money grab, and I guarantee you, it, the judges they can look at it and be like, and if somebody was in a polygraph, I don't know, say 10 people did the polygraph, right? And they all failed, right? These 10 people failed. You do you think that they're going to disqualify 10 people even though I mean you look at them, they all look pretty normal, like they look like they're drug free, and 10 people failed. You think they're going to be like, oh, we're just going to disqualify all these contestants? I doubt it. They'll probably be like, well, they look drug free. You know what? Let them
You
go
think
in.
so?
I don't.
They
I
already
highly
collected the
think so.
money.
I highly think that if there's a lot of people that are failing
All
that
right.
test,
Right.
they're gonna blame it more on, hey, they're having a bad test
Or maybe the polygraph test machine
or
was
something was
something
right.
was
Right.
wrong.
Because now if you go over there, you fail and you're jacked, they're gonna be like, yeah, you're out. You know what I mean? But if you're like all these people look drug free because you know the look, like we're not gonna disqualify 10 people out of this show. That's a lot of disqualifications. It's a lot of money. People are gonna get upset, so I think so. I think they give leeway.
Hmm.
So I really do believe it.
As far as USA's, it's not at the UNLV anymore, right? Didn't they move to a hotel or something? Where'd they go to?
I'm
Something
not
like that.
sure. I didn't maybe it was a hotel. I'm not sure. I didn't get to see that. I know that Chris Knox is in it. I don't know if the results came out yet because
Hmm.
I think they were going up. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you can look at it, check it out, Jed, see if what Chris did because he was definitely top two. He was super heavy this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
super heavy. I mean, he put some size on. I think he was like before he left, he was close to 240. So I think he might have weighed in around 235. And looking at the pictures, which granted the pictures are never that great online, but he looked great. I think his legs were a little bit washed out, slightly but there were lines, but they weren't as tight as I've seen him before. But he had a lot more muscle, and there was another guy there, a little bit taller, had harder legs. Maybe it was a little harder overall, but I mean, Chris had so much more muscle than this guy, in shape and everything. So it's definitely those two, I think, first and second. Now, do you know in bodybuilding at the USA if they give out first and second in bodybuilding, or is it only
Depends on how
first?
many competitors, I believe. Did
Because
they
I think
have
it was
enough?
10
Oh
in the
yeah.
super
Then
heavy.
I think they do first and second.
Do they
Because
at the
USA's
USA?
the
Yeah.
USA's that I've been to that I competed at, they would give with first and
Oh,
second.
okay.
I'm not sure
Well,
for
I don't
bodybuilding.
think Chris, I know Chris definitely didn't want to win pro at second place. I know that for a
Fuck,
fact.
but it could have been worse.
I know. Well, if you try, because I think he's tried like 6 or 7 national shows, and then he gets it at second place. Would you, I don't
Would
know, would he turn it down and go do another one? Or would you say, what, I'm taking it second place, let's just go?
foolish? Would you be like, ah, fuck, I don't want this
People
card. You
have
can
done it
have it.
before. There's competitors that have done it before.
They
Turn it
crazy.
down.
Whoa. Is
What?
this last year or this year?
What is the play? What does it say? You gotta look at
They
2025.
got him at
Super
fifth.
heavy.
They got his name at fifth. I don't know if that's because he placed fifth or what.
No,
Or
wait.
last
It
name.
should say Knox, right? Chris Knox, super heavy.
Yeah.
Fifth.
I mean, he's the fifth one down. I don't, they haven't
Oh no, no, no. They didn't no, no,
they
because
haven't put the
no. No,
placings
it was
yet.
him and this other guy. They were there, and then they had him posing down. So I know he's first or second. because
Okay.
they were like specifically watching them too.
Yeah, they haven't posted the winners
So
yet.
they haven't posted it yet. Yeah, because I was like, what did he what did he do at the night show? Did he eat 5 pizzas? Blow it.
The spaghetti,
I know.
the infamous spaghetti. I just
Yeah,
eat
the infamous.
spaghetti.
Well, you remember because that rule changed, right? They did a rule change because I guess Mike Dragno, right? He was single-handedly was the reason why this rule change apparently. When he did the USA's, he came in, he was a heavyweight, I guess. And then in the morning, he was tight, whatever. And then I guess, and this is what I heard about it. And then he came back at night and he just like, I guess he went off after the morning show and he came back just
Spilled
full. And
over.
so, I mean, spilt over is probably not, he
Understatement.
has an understatement. I mean, this guy was, you know, another 15, 20 pounds probably, and just
Damn.
blew it up. And I guess they were like, man, this is the winner for heavyweights, but like this looks bad, right?
Yeah.
Because
Why would
everyone
you do
who
that?
shows up at night shows like, how did that guy win?
Yeah.
So I guess they changed something where now they're like you have to, I don't know, you would know better than me, where there's like if you do show up like that at night, you could get marked down, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because
So
they'll do one time.
a one time, right? And
Yeah.
if you show up just if you blew it, you could be like, oh, okay, this dude's going to third place now.
Because
Like
usually at like at nationals, the first and second place guy, if they're flipping you guys back and forth,
the
they'll
whole
do another.
time.
Yeah, they'll
So
do another
even
call out to see, at the
even
night
at
show
night
or the
show.
next day, at the
Oh,
show
yeah.
to see whether or not like you deserve it or not. We'll give that one last look.
Yeah, because it used to not back in the day, it used to not be you win the morning show, you win the whole thing.
Yeah.
But now it's really not until you get up at night, huh?
Until you have the thing in your hand and your hands are raised,
Like you're on
don't
stage
fuck
at
it
night,
up.
you could still blow it and come
Yep.
second place, yeah.
Don't blow it until you get the trophy in your hand. Don't celebrate prejudging. Don't celebrate prejudging because I seen it flip before, even at our state level shows.
Yeah.
Swear.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
all
Don't
that
blow
work.
it. Don't blow it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's
Finish
tough.
strong. Just finish the show strong.
Yep, do it.
How do you
Just
feel about that? You're talking about weight and weight caps and all of that other stuff. I seen on Instagram there was like a little talk about these bodybuilding shows. They are a bodybuilding show. It's not a weight loss contest. That they should do like a body fat percentage check prior to you. I don't know, even applying for that division.
doing something where you have to be at a certain body fat percentage before you can even step on stage.
Yes.
Okay, so what would be the number though?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
where would you gauge that, right? Like okay, you have to be for bodybuilding, you have to be like under 10% or something for
Oh,
like
under
men.
10. I was thinking under
Well, no,
6%.
well, I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying like six, I agree. But if you're under 10, you still look decent. Like you're not fat. You're not showing up on stage fat, depending on how you hold it.
Men's physique under 10.
For
Men's
men. Yeah, for
classic
men.
under 8.
Okay. So
That
there you
sounds
go.
good.
Like men's physique under 10, men's classic under 8, men's bodybuilding under 6, right? And then the women, it's obviously going to be higher.
Yeah.
So,
You can look in a lineup and tell who shouldn't be there. It's not hard.
well, I think what she's saying is it cuts out the people that don't
Because I
belong.
mean, when that happens, the first thing we say is, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
Yeah.
Like it's
Who's their coach?
yeah.
But then
well,
by doing this, you're taking all those people out of it.
Yeah.
The ones that aren't ready or look really bad, they can't even do the show. So then it doesn't dumb down the show, right? It's like everybody showing up is like, oh, everybody here obviously dieted and trained, Thing about that too, though, is imagine you could have a skinny guy who's under 10%, but he doesn't have any muscle. He doesn't have any muscle, but he's under
He's
10
shredded.
and he shows up, but he got no muscle. I mean, he just doing it because his friends told him, hey, I dare you to do it. But he's just small, skinny, under 10%, and he doesn't look great. You could have those people
Yeah.
who will make it look bad.
Mm-hmm.
That'll make it look bad. Be like, what's this guy? Did he ever touch weights? Because there's no rule, right? That says, oh, you gotta lift weights. Like, no, there is no rule.
I mean, hence the name bodybuilding.
Right.
So my argument to that was like, Paul Dillett did a thing with WBFF where he made a transformation division.
Yeah.
Best
That's a good idea.
transformation. And if for the people who want just this weight loss competition
Yeah.
program,
That's a good one.
he did a whole backstory on them. He put it on big screen about, pictures of them when they were fat and how come they were fat or facing some sort of like whatever they were
You could
going
do
through their
judging
life.
criteria on how good the before and afters are.
Yeah, and
And
that's
do it
what they
off
were
of
doing.
that. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
That
So
would be
Paul
good.
Dillette did that with the WBFF, and
That's
he
pretty
would give
cool.
them great prizes as well too,
But
That would be a good way to get people to start competing and get into
and
it
it'll
more.
make money.
Yeah,
okay, here's the
Everybody
thing.
would be happy.
So, fit model, bikini, figure, wellness, physique, bodybuilding for women. Then you have men's physique, classic physique, bodybuilding for men, and then you have transformation. Oh my god, we're gonna be there for 10
One
hours.
men's and one women's
This is gonna be
transformation.
like these shows are gonna these are gonna be long
If
shows.
I was a promoter and I was brainstorming for some money ideas, dude, right there, transformation.
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, I have to say that's a good one. There'll be a lot of people that will support that. And for sure, like now you can see, hey, this person lost 100 pounds, and you'd be like, that's awesome. Not going up into a men's physique division and you lost 100 pounds and you still are way behind. You're in the transformation.
You're in the correct
Yeah.
division.
Well, I mean, maybe that'll, or not that NPC does it, but I've seen contests like that. It wasn't NPC sanctioned, nothing, but transformation contests.
Yeah.
They've had them, and it literally was a contest, and everybody that did it was transformation. That was the contest.
All right, I do have another question on top of that. Speaking of transformation contest, you know how we say, oh, using steroids is cheating? So would you getting like bypass lipo using GLP products, would that be cheating as far as a transformational?
I'd say lipo would be out.
Okay, everything but lipo then.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
breast implants, no, that's fine.
Yeah, all of that's fine, but no lipo for transformation.
I would agree. Lipo, I mean, come on. So what about if you have loose skin and you got your skin, tighten up,
That's okay.
cut it tight. That'd be all
So
right.
yeah, so I can see where Jed's coming from. Lipo is out. It's just the same thing like guys putting calf implants in
Yeah.
or bodybuilding
Or
shows
chest
or
implants.
chest implants
Yeah.
or ab implants.
hmm
So I get it.
Well, I mean, we can go down the road of, okay, well, synthol, now you're even that, right? Now you're doing synthol. Is that considered, body manipulation? Like
It is.
it is, right?
So if it's a bad synthol injection and it looks obvious, I mean, yeah, you kind of do get ducked now for that.
No, you do. Yeah. And even, I mean, let's be honest, guys that have inflammation before the show in their glutes and they got big bumps and lumps and you're like, what's that?
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad. And they weren't doing it on purpose. That's for sure. Sometimes it happens. So interesting. So yeah, USA's this weekend. We'll see.
Well, good luck to all your
find out.
competitors.
Yeah.
Speaking of competitions, we do have Hawaii's first Fit Pro model,
Fit
right?
Model Pro, right?
Fit Model Pro, or
Yeah,
however
Fit
you want to
Model
put it.
Pro.
Yeah. So congratulations to you, Raquel. What's her last name?
Valenzuela.
Damn.
Valenzuela, right?
Is that it?
Raquel Valenzuela.
Yes.
Yep.
And she is a
She
Iron Hawaiian Fitness member.
Yeah.
So you popped out another pro from this
member.
place.
Yep. We did.
Man.
And because she won the over 35
Mhm.
at the Masters Nationals. She won her class and then she won the
And
overall.
Yeah.
So she took the whole thing over 35. So
Fit Model Pro.
very impressive. First time. That was her first time ever doing that division. She's done bikini. I think she's done maybe one national show before, one or two. But she was a bikini competitor and she decided to try this out. And yeah, I guess she has the right look for it,
Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, more people should do that. If your body type falls into one division, I mean, that's fantastic.
It's funny because I was talking to her today and she said she was really happy, but she's like, but I still love bikini, I still love that muscle. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, okay. So you like the you could get a little bigger, like bikini, you can get bigger, right? And she's like, I just like the muscle of the bikini girls. And I go, yeah, I mean that's great, but you obviously have the right look for this.
She
So
does.
so
Yes.
and just I told her, I said, just keep training, and I mean, maybe compete as a pro in this. And if you keep going, maybe, in the
N-
next year or two, you put some more muscle on, you can all just go to
But once
bikini.
you're, yeah, once you're a pro, you don't have to
Yeah,
like requalify to be like, you want to
right.
whatever change divisions. You don't need to requalify as a pro. You can just step up into that division.
Well, I think by next year, within like another year or so, like the look is probably gonna change a little bit. It's
Guaranteed.
gonna change. And maybe the girls are gonna be a little bit harder than they were the last time at these last shows. Like, because it always does, right?
Look how fast wellness evolved. Before it was
Within
just
one
straight
year.
glutes, ham
Yep.
hocks, and then within the year, now they're getting like shoulder capped and
Yep.
back and everything now.
It always does. It all evolves. Because your eyes, right, as a judge, right? You can't, somebody comes in with just that shape and you're just like, you can't take your eye off it. Because let's just be honest. I mean, like you said, it's bodybuilding. People who are in the sport, we love the muscle, right? We
Yeah.
love to see the muscle.
And if that's what they're rewarding, then the girls or the guys are going to try and become that if
Yep.
that's what's constantly being rewarded. So
That's right.
that's
Yeah.
why it's always evolving. So we'll see how fast this fit
I
model
know.
starts looking more like
It
bikini.
starts coming
Because
closer to
bikini
bikini.
already is looking like figure.
It is. Oh, there are some bikini girls. They're hard. And the delts are like pop.
Wellness girls are looking like physique girls.
Everything's getting pushed up now.
It's crazy. That's why I don't. Yeah, I'm done.
You're like, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah, when does it stop,
I'm
man? I don't
washed
know.
up. I'm retired. I mean, like I keep saying, I just don't want to be fat.
That's it. Yeah, just stay in shape, keep healthy. I always tell people, and I've said it before, but like a lot of guys who are younger, which is everybody, whenever I go to jujitsu, which is every single one of them that I train with. I have yet to meet anybody that's my age lately anyway, that trains. And I mean, there are a lot of guys like, oh man, yeah, I want to be like, I want to be in shape like you, or how were you doing it, or how have you been, how did you do it, or and I'm like, that's not even a secret. It wasn't even that hard. I just never stopped,
It's called trend.
That's it. Well,
Oh,
I
okay.
can't give
Sorry.
away the main secret, but
Yeah.
no, I just tell myself, I just never stopped. Even if I took breaks, I never completely stopped.
Yeah.
Just do something, and then it's like, and it's interesting because I think back in my mind, I'm thinking that's not too hard to do, but a lot of times something happens, people get busy, and then a month goes by, 2 months go by, and then pretty soon, I mean, a whole year, right? And they haven't done anything.
Is it crazy that we're already creeping up on August? That went fast. Speaking of
Oh
month
yeah,
go
it's
by
gonna
and then 2 months
be
go by.
fall pretty soon. It's gonna be Halloween. So yeah, I mean, time flies, right? Especially when it's easy to say you're gonna take a week off, and that turns into months and a year. I mean,
What's
quick.
crazy too, you think about, oh my God, a 10-week, 12-week prep, that's so long. That thing flies by so quick.
Well, when you're in it, it drags because you're freaking hungry every day. Every day it just drags. You're just thinking about food, like my next meal, my
Well,
next
like
meal.
now there's all of these GIP, GLP agonist stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it shuts off the food noise a little bit, so dieting is going to be a little bit more easier. Do you guys think the bodies will become better or worse because people will be more lazy and complacent now?
Well, I mean, how effective is that stuff?
Very effective.
Because I haven't used it.
Very effective.
So do you think that by taking it, like, could it affect people to where maybe they're not going to eat enough,
Yeah.
and then they're coming in like they come in a little small, or maybe sometimes they don't have the look because they were like not putting in the calories because they didn't want to eat. They're like, hey, you know what, this is cool, I'm good with this, and they just sometimes, because sometimes people skip meals, or sometimes in their mind, and I've seen it, you're like, well, I'm better if I just don't eat, then even I'll get even leaner. do you know people that have personally used it? Have you seen the results with it and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, so what are like what have you seen so far? Like
If you're
what are the
not hormonally
benefits?
optimized, if you're not eating properly, yeah, you'll look skinny fat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely. But if you are doing, as prescribed, getting exercise in, eating properly, hormonally optimized, and you check all the boxes, I honestly think you'd look freaking amazing. Nick Walker just did a little interview shortly ago. I know that he liked the story about him using the GOP agonist, and you're just like, this was a game changer.
So what are the side effects though?
Depends on how much you take. If you're overdoing it, then you'll feel a little bit of weak, lethargic because you're not eating, and a little bit of nauseous feeling because you're not eating or not feeling, the hunger. So with those telltale signs, you're obviously overdosing it too much.
So do you feel that full feeling or you just don't crave?
Both.
Okay.
A lot of the hunger noise is like you don't crave, like, or even they were even doing studies on it that it helps people with addictions to get
Okay,
off
makes
addictions.
sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's shutting down, right,
Mm-hmm.
certain things like sugar craving, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even somebody who's not competing, they just love sugar
Or
or they love
beer.
alcohol, right? Beer, like it
Mm-hmm.
could shut that down.
Yep, it sure does. And it does. I mean, improves lipid panels and everything, even your thyroid and so many. There's a lot of pros to it than there are cons, but like if you abuse it, of
Of
course,
course.
that's when you walk down that dark path.
Now, what's the typical cycle for it? Like how many weeks? Is there a time frame
Yeah,
or
the average about 16 weeks or so. You can do it less, you can do it more. I know people who do mini cycles because they want to look good to go to Cabo or whatever, or
oh, okay.
Cancun,
Do like a 6 week or
yeah, or
something?
like we're going to do our whatever bridesmaids pictures. I don't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
how people want to, you know.
Oh, that's cool. So, because it's cool that you actually have seen the results with
Mhm.
people. Yeah. I mean, maybe I've seen people and I didn't know that they were on it, but I don't know. I've
Hence, they
never
don't
used
want to
it.
admit they on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, of course. I don't know why. I mean,
It's not cheating, guys. It's not cheating. If it's there for you, at your disposal, why not?
mm.
Why not? Especially in the NPC and IFBB, if it's not a tested sanction, why not?
Well, it definitely changes the game, right? Because, before it was like, you suck it up, you're hungry, you fight the craving, it's tough, you get through it. Now it's like, oh,
And like I said, on the flip side of the coin, because they have this thing, do they come a lot more lackadaisical and complacent and be like, I'm losing weight, but what you're actually losing is more muscle tissue because you're
that's what I'm
being,
wondering.
yeah,
Yeah,
because you're being lazy,
right.
because it's more than just a scale weight.
Yeah.
With bodybuilding, it's
Hmm.
a specific look that we're all trying to attain. So there's a fine line.
Have you ever tried this stuff, Jed?
Nope.
You never use it on anybody, huh? Hmm. Are you interested in trying to do something with it?
With the gluten and stuff, nah.
Yeah,
I
for
think if you
fat
can't control
loss.
your eating, it'll come in handy.
Don't knock it
It
until
shouldn't
you
be
try it.
it shouldn't be a staple on everybody's plan though.
It's
Well,
not a
like
staple.
what was the fen and all that stuff before they had those pills, right? And like, so how does this stuff compare to say the old stuff that they had, right? The fens and all that.
Well, all of that is different, right? So, um, doesn't that really upregulate, or I should say downregulate your beta 2 agonist or
I
beta
think
2
so. I think
receptors,
it
right?
does, right?
So all of that, it doesn't, like with the GIP stuff, it doesn't do any of that. It doesn't increase heart rate. It doesn't give you tachycardia. It doesn't give you like all of that
Okay.
energy. It's just,
Let me ask you something. Is it as good as a Dexatrim? You remember
oh
Dexatrim?
my God.
I just remember that. Is it as good as
Oxy,
Dexatrim?
what was it?
What was
Oxy?
in Dexatrim? That
I
was like
forgot.
that was a product that they were trying to promote just to regular consumers, not even
Mm-hmm.
bodybuilding. It was like housewives.
Is that one of the Walmart fat
Back in the
burners?
80s.
I
No, it
think
was in the
Oh,
so.
80s,
maybe,
man.
yeah.
Dexatrim. But I think it was like caffeine with something in it. Like it was little capsules. I remember Dexatrim, man.
That's so crazy. Now
Old
you're
school.
aging us.
I
Oh
know.
my
I
God.
know.
With Jed and
But
his Land Before Time shirt, you're definitely
That's a
aging
fun
us.
shirt.
That's an awesome shirt.
oh yeah. That was a good one.
Oh my
Um
gosh.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Well, I'm ever since you mentioned it before, I've been very curious about it. Again, I don't have
I know a
firsthand
friend.
experience. You what? Oh yeah.
I know a
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have firsthand experience on it, and I am curious, but like with everything, right? There's always going to be the other side that we just said, right? Is it could affect to the point where I don't know, you're going backwards, right? Like, oh, now you
If
don't
you're
want to
being a
eat.
fat, lazy ass on it, don't do
Yeah.
it. But if you're gonna check all the boxes, like optimizing yourself as a just a human specimen,
Hmm.
absolutely try it.
It's crazy that it can do that. I mean, like that's great, especially for sugar cravings. Because I know me when I diet, sugar cravings. I normally, I'm not a big sugar person. I do like sweeter drinks. I
Hmm.
like that kind of stuff. But sugar in general, I mean, I don't eat pastries and all that. But when I'm dieting, it's like it kicks into overdrive, man. That craving out of nowhere. So,
Yep.
and it's usually once I get below a certain body fat percentage.
People think it's a mind thing, which part of it is a mind thing, thinking like, oh, I gotta wait 10 weeks till I can have, I don't know, poi donuts. But no, it's your body goes through this thing, a crazy thing, when you're depleted down so lean that you need food for survival. And then you
Yeah.
start thinking all these crazy things that you can or want to eat.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
I do have while we're on this whole competition discussion thing, Um, Iris Kyle put out there that they've been handing out IFBB Pro cards like Social Security cards. We've talked about it before. Do you really think that the IFBB title has lost its prestige?
Okay, if I'm comparing it to 20 years ago, yeah, you know what I mean? Of course, compared to 20 years ago, it's not the same. Um, but I still give credit where credit is due. Like these people are competing in these high level show, national show, they're winning, they're beating a lot of people. It's not like they're going up there and there's only three of them up there. A lot of these classes, there's 20 people, 25, 30 people, and first place is winning it. So it's still competitive. Um, but if I was to compare it to how it used to be, yeah, it's
How
definitely
do you feel
lost it.
about seniors getting their pro cards in their
Like the over what 50s, 60s, 70s, because they have all those
yeah.
70s. I think
And
they
me
even
and
have the
Jed, I
80s.
think we were on the IG discussion. We talked about that one older guy in the 60s, Jed. He was wearing blue shorts, men's
He looked really
physique.
good.
He
Yeah,
Yeah.
looked
he looked real good.
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I think it's a status. Because I think 99% of those people who are in the over 50s, they're probably never going to compete as a pro, you know. But it's a status, and maybe a lot of them have been, training for years, something they wanted to do when they're in their
A
20s,
dream.
30s. They couldn't, they never happened. And then finally, hey, I'm 60 years old. I get to do this pro card. That's it. Hang it up on the wall, I guess.
They can die happy now.
Yeah, maybe right. They can die happy. And then it gives them that goal, right? To like, hey, you go train. Now you're
Yeah,
60 years old
train,
and you're
stay
gonna
in
go
shape.
train
Yeah.
and stay in shape and it maybe will keep you going, right? So just gotta watch. I think there's that fine line when you're older though. You gotta be careful because I think some guys push it
Yeah.
and then now, it could cause health problems
That
for
one that me
sure.
and Jed's talking about, Jed, if you ever do put it up on the screen for after editing, that older guy, he looked amazing for 60
I saw
though.
that guy, yeah.
Yeah,
He was crazy. Yeah,
he
there's
looked
there's
great.
always, there's always one or two in those shows that you're like, how's that guy? Like, damn, like
He could probably
crazy.
hook up with a 30-year-old broad. He looks so good.
Does it? Yeah, he looked pretty young. Yeah, he looked pretty
Hmm.
good. Yeah, I know 60. Well, there was that lady. I don't think did she compete? I don't know. I saw an article somewhere. I think she was what was she like 80?
Wow.
She was a black woman and she looked good because not only did her body, but just I was like, man, she looks like maybe she's 60 or late 50s. I thought
Yeah.
definitely not 80. I was like blown away. She could have easily passed for late 50s for sure. I was like, wow, like that's crazy. But, I
I
think we might see that more,
I think
you
we're going to
know?
see that a little bit more now that they're making these masters divisions
Yeah.
and these people in their older age. After your kids grow up and get out of like your house and finish off college, now you got time to
Yeah.
concentrate on you. Now it's just like, okay, now it's me time. I can do this thing.
And I think you're going to see a lot more Gen Xers. So when we get to, our 70s and 80s, it's going to be, you're going to see a lot more people that are in shape because a lot of us did grow up working out, you know.
Yeah, me at my age now, I see the youngins at in their 20s working out. I'm, oh man, that was me. It's so crazy.
Well, let me ask you. So, do you think, and even you, Jed, do you think that there's more people that are into like serious fitness and training now, say more people in their 20s and maybe 30s that are more into serious fitness and training now than say like late 90s to early 2000s? Do you think that there's a lot more 20 and 30-year-olds that are into it now? Because here's the deceiving part. I think it's deceiving that social media, it makes people think that there is more, but I don't necessarily know if there really is more.
Serious
Like not just
bodybuilder.
serious bodybuilding, but just serious fitness in general, like training into it, really into training. A lot of them compete. Maybe not everybody competes, but
Or
they
you
live the
think they just doing
lifestyle.
it for the gram?
They live the lifestyle. Yeah. Like I kind of wonder, from like the late 90s, early 2000s, people in their 20s and 30s compared to people in their 20s and 30s now. Because, and we've talked about it, they say this generation that are in their 20s now and early 30s, they're lazy, right? That's the thing that comes out all the time. I'm not saying that it's true, but that's what always comes out. They're lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to have jobs. This is what you hear a lot of with this Gen Z, you know? So, not saying it's true, but I definitely see
Not
it on
saying
the
that they're
internet.
lazy. They're a little bit different. I mean, they're grown up in a different time. I don't honestly think that the Xers or what we
Yeah.
were are hardcore either.
Yeah, I don't either.
Just because we drank out of
Yeah.
a water hose, that doesn't mean shit.
I never
We
did.
just
I never did think that we were more hardcore. I just think that we just didn't have all the cool shit that they got.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
don't hate on them. The one thing that I do envy about this next gen is like, they don't want to live the corporate life, and that's fine because there's so much working opportunity being an influencer, being your own, being, whatever you want to call yourself, or
yeah,
doing your own thing. I mean, it's not a big secret that a lot of these influencers in their 20s are making fucking
money,
bang
money. Yep.
50, $60,000 a
Yeah.
month doing this kind of social media thing. So do I hate on them? I'm a little bit of envious, but I can't hate on their grind, man. Knowing that they don't want a corporate
Mhm.
job. And maybe as X and millennials, we got sold a lie. And maybe
Mm.
that's why we're so pissed, thinking that they're soft. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know. It's hard for me to go and judge an entire group, right? Like I'm
Hmm.
not gonna judge a
But
whole
then,
group
like,
because
I mean, as far as a man's man and all of that other stuff, I mean, Jed, when you went back home to the South, the boys in their 20s, were they doing the shit that you were doing in your 20s?
I don't know how much busier the gym is back home than when I was there.
No, like
Um,
even being ranch hand and stuff like that, you don't see too much of the 20s, this gen doing much of that stuff. Like man shit, like how I always talk to you about.
yeah,
yeah.
I couldn't. I can't compare if back then more people, the same amount of people were in the gym than there are now because I live in a different area.
Hmm.
Yeah, I could say easily, oh no, there's a lot more people now, but I'm in Hawaii versus West Jefferson, North Carolina. So I can't make a reference. But as far as now, I mean, I think there's a few more people that work out, but nothing to where it's worth a statistic.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my sentiments are relative. You do see a lot more people inclined to do it. Are they doing it for attention? Maybe, but good if you're working out. If getting attention is something to get you into the gym and start looking, feeling better, then fantastic. Keep going. Could be worse. They could absolutely be lazy on a fucking couch,
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
I mean, yeah. Again, yeah. I don't it's hard to say, right? Um,
Speaking of gym, how do you feel about that? Owning your own gym and having some type of gym etiquette. Like I work out all kinds of places from corporate to, like
Mhm.
big box gyms to this. I mean, how do you feel about it knowing that it's a shared space with everyone and people should be cleaning up after themselves and putting
He won.
away?
Chris won. The
Oh,
thing is, they have him up here first. Sorry, I didn't mean
hey,
to
Chris
interrupt.
Knox, first place.
But you can
Hey.
come look. It looks like,
He took first, huh?
yep, it says Chris Knox and earned pro card again.
Wow, he got it. All
Hey.
right,
That
Chris.
that's awesome.
That's
Overall
great.
winner.
He's overall.
That's what it ends bodybuilding. Overall winner and earned pro card.
Wow. Hey, he took the whole thing.
Wow.
That's huge. Well, that was worth it. That was
Wow.
worth the wait. I'm pretty sure because that's a good show. USA, that's a good one to win the
USA's
overall.
is a very
So he's Mr.
prestigious
USA
show.
now. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is Mr.
Yeah,
USA.
that's cool.
Another member from your gym, another
That's
pro
right.
popped out from this
Yeah, that's right.
gym.
I helped
Woo!
him. I had some help in there with it. I was helping Chris a bunch.
You
So
do.
yeah, it was a bunch of things. So that's pretty. I feel good because I was part of that.
But
You
I
know.
feel I feel fantastic and great for you that it's another guy that came out of Iron
Yeah.
Hawaiian Fitness
Yeah,
that turned
another
pro.
IHF pro in a big show. So yeah, in a big show.
It's another picture that goes up on
I
the
know.
wall.
Hey, USA overall in bodybuilding, that's huge. That's a
Yeah,
big one.
I'm still missing my picture of there. I fuck.
Well, I don't know when you were gonna bring it in.
I
I
don't know.
mean, yeah, that's on you.
I know. Shit.
That's on you. But
Congratulations,
that's awesome,
Chris.
man. Oh, what were you asking before
Anyway,
that?
back to the
Yeah.
subject about, gym etiquette because it's a
Yeah.
shared space, whether it be a private or a public gym.
Okay, I've been doing this for a while, gym owner and I've paid attention. I pay attention to people's behaviors a lot in here. I watch people and I notice this happens a lot in gyms. One, people forget things here, like they forget their personal belongings, workout straps, belts. I mean,
Wallets.
yeah, sunglasses, shirts. Like people, it happens often. Shaker cups, whatever. They forget it. I want to say, I don't know, at least once a week, maybe. Probably somebody forgets something. That's not even an exaggerated number. So in a month, you're looking at, at least between 4 to 6 items a month on average that are left here. Um, and a lot of times they don't ever come back for it, which is crazy. Or it just sits there. I put in my little lost and found in it, and nobody grabs it. So I think when people come in here, I've gotten to the point where I've come to realize most people, they're not they're not, oh, forgetting to re-rack the weights on purpose. Like, I really don't believe that they're just, I don't want to re-rack and they walk away. That's rare, right? That's really rare. I think a lot of it is just they're doing the set, they're zoned in whatever, and they're like, and a lot of it's trained, right? Because say they work out somewhere else and they don't push re-racking, they don't push to re-rack, nobody bothers you to do that. They get conditioned to it. They come over here, they just don't do it because their other gym doesn't say anything. So it becomes a habit, right? And they know, like, hey, put your stuff away, clean up. And for the most part, they'll do it, but they'll definitely forget a lot. And somebody can come in here and they'll do a bunch of machines and they'll leave two machines on with the weights. And every time that I approach them, it's always oh man, oh yeah, I forgot that. Oh, dude, sorry. And they run over there and they'll put it away. So no one's ever like, I don't need to re-rack. You know what I mean? I never get that.
I bet it's one of your peeves though. Like I see it in the public gym or like the gyms outside
Mhm.
all the time when they re-rack on the trees or on the pegs.
Yeah.
They just don't give a shit. They don't size them up like, fives, tens,
Yeah. Oh
quarters,
yeah, that's
45s.
definitely a
They
problem.
just rack it anywhere, the 45s
They
and squeeze all the fives and tens all on the inside. So you got to strip off all of the plates to get to the
oh
small
my
ones.
God. A lot of people, whenever I see people do that, a lot of times they're rushing. I've noticed, I'll watch and they'll be like, and then they're running off to
Or they're
something
just being
else.
fucking assholes.
Well, they're being lazy. Let's just be honest. They're being lazy and they don't really
They're being
care, probably.
inconsiderate. Yes.
They're inconsiderate and they honestly probably don't care. If you were to ask them, hey, do you care if these weights are re-racked? They probably would tell you, no, I don't care. It's not a big deal to
You know
me.
what changed my mind and perspective a long, long, long time ago was when I was working at 24 Fitness in my I think I was still in my teens.
Hmm.
Yes, I was working 24 Fitness when I was young. Um, when I used to see you guys walk in.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was an
Yeah.
older lady that would always come in. She minds her own business. She just wants to get her workout on, and she can't reach some bars. She can't lift the 45s, and somebody like left the plates on, and
Oh,
then she was asking for other people, hey, can you help me? Can you help
right,
me? And they
right.
all just kind of like brushed her off. I'm like, what the dude? This is just like some old lady. She's not going to take very long. She's just asking
Yeah.
for some help to strip down some of these 45s because it was a Smith machine and it was like way up for her height. So she couldn't even reach
Oh,
that.
I see.
And somebody left all the weights on. So she was asking, like, hey, could you help me or whatever? And I stopped what I was doing to help her out. And I told her, hey, anytime you need, and you see me here, of course I'll be more than happy to help
Mhm.
you. And like some of the other guys just kind of like looked at her like, "Oh, you freaking don't bother me." Like
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's typical of
that
24.
changed my
That's typical.
perspective on everything. And then when I'm finished working out using a machine, I always think, what if an older person is using it behind me? Be a little bit more
Mm,
considerate for these older people. Maybe they can't lift these weights. So, reset it as if like an old person was going to use it or like a
yeah.
newbie was going to use it.
And what's funny in here is we don't really have a lot of senior citizens in here,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest. So it's not even about that, right? It's just about
Yeah.
being courteous and keeping the gym organized.
Yeah.
And when you walk in, when anybody walks in, it's clean, it's organized, everything is in its
Yeah.
place, right? So it's not distracting, right? It's very distracting, I
Mm-hmm.
think, when you come into a gym and plates are all over the place and you're trying to find the plate or
Yeah.
find weights
Yeah.
that you need and it's everywhere.
Or like you have those dumbbell hoarders. Like
Mhm.
you're gonna do a drop set, so you're hoarding like four different pairs. Like that's out of control.
Yeah. Well, you know what so this is what I've done in this gym, and this is what it actually solves a lot of the problems with the re-racking. So, and this is why a lot of commercial gyms have this issue, and it's really bad because on the machines, right? Every machine has the pegs for the weights, right? You can put your weights on there, store your weights, right? So what happens is a lot of gyms, especially commercial gyms, they don't have a lot of 45-pound plates, right? They have a decent amount, but a lot of the machines, it'll be the pegs, for the plate storage, and they won't even have a 45 for that machine. They won't have a pair of 45s for that machine. You got to go grab it from some other one
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have 45s for that
Yeah.
one. With my machines, see, typically the peg, it'll hold, say, 4 plates
Yeah.
or 5. So if you put 4 45s on each side
Mm-hmm.
on those pegs, guess what?
It frees up. Yeah.
It it's it's loaded now, right? It's going to be harder for people to mismatch the weights because all the machines have their own plates
Yeah.
now. So they don't have to run around. They're not moving plates around. They're staying with that plate. The only thing that they're going to do that happens is they're not going to re-rack it back onto
Mm-hmm.
that peg. But they're usually not grabbing plates from other
See, and
machines.
that's the thing. What you're saying, your machines are all outfitted. Like
They're
at other
outfitted.
gyms, they're not. It's just like,
Yes.
you'll get random weights here and
Well,
there.
they don't have enough
And
plates
and
for the
yeah, they don't
machines.
have enough plates. And I honestly think people steal the fives and the tens.
I think, yeah, well, especially commercial
Yeah,
gyms,
because they go missing
they,
fast.
yep, they will. And I actually color coded plates too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of color code them, I stripe them and stuff because if there's different plates, and sometimes there's the same brand plate,
Yes.
but it's in a different section, right? Say I got leg section over here, this is back section. Well, I don't want you taking my back plates and
Yep.
using them for legs and then leaving them there, right? And then I'm walking around going, what happened to my pair of 45s that were supposed to be here? I don't know. I got to go look for them now. I color code them. So like if
Yep.
that's the white plates over there, the white stripe plates, this is the blue stripe plates, this is the red stripe plates. Right away, you'll know if there's a pair of blue stripes in the white stripes. Somebody grabbed those and put them over there and left them there.
See, there's not too many places that or people that are that innovative and thoughtful. Yeah. So
It just saves me the headache,
it
though.
saves everybody the
Everybody
headache.
and everybody and people will look and go, "Why are wait, this is blue. Why are these with the white?" And then
And
they'll
then,
go and move
yep,
it.
and members will put them away nicely. See, the other thing as well too, this is a hot ass gym inside of here. You break a sweat,
I
and I
know.
promise to God, if you're
I
dieting for
know.
a show, this is the
Yeah.
place to be because you're
Yeah.
gonna burn extra calories. But
Yeah.
being that said, the equipment's they get sweaty, and with your stuff, you have cleaning stations and cleaning
Yeah.
equipment for each member. That as well is important. And at the other gyms on the outside, you have, the paper towel dispensers and spray bottles and
Right.
stuff like that. And I've said it
The
before on the
single ones.
podcast, like I was so disgusted. I've told this guy after he was benching, and he just got up and he left.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Sweat.
I chased him down. I was like, excuse me, you mind wiping up your shit? And he was all like, huh, what? He got all fussy with me, and he wiped it down all hastily, and he looked at me like, oh, are you happy?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm happy,
Yeah,
sir.
because you don't want to touch it, right? You don't want to touch the sweat. I mean, come on.
I was ready to
Yeah.
fight that guy. I would
That's
have
funny.
lost, but I was ready.
That's the you're ready. But because I never that was a thing that I got into more, especially after COVID. Not that I care about COVID, but sorry, I shouldn't say that. Whatever. But anyway, um, it was a thing that I thought of, and because I used to bring a towel to the gym and I just
Yeah,
wipe it down myself. But
courtesy.
what I realized is that after I was like, wait a minute, a lot of people just don't do it, you know? And I was like, oh man, this is a good idea to just have bottles ready and and again, see, this is one of these things I learned. Don't, this is for people who are going to start a gym, right? Don't go buy nice towels. Don't go buy the nice cotton ones, the big ones, because everybody is going to take them. They're
Yeah,
going to steal them. Believe me, even the white, just basic white
yep.
ones, they get
People take
stolen
them.
the size, they're like, I don't know what size they are, like 16 by 20 or whatever. Um, they will take them. So I get those little microfiber cloths that are like 12 by 12, maybe the ones that you would use to wipe off wax off your car or
Yeah,
something. Those are perfect because
yeah.
nobody really wants them. They're small. And you won't have to worry about people walking out with them. Sometimes you'll lose some of them here and there, but you won't have to worry about it. If you get the bigger towels, the cotton ones, believe me, within months they'll be all be gone.
Oh, you know how many of those went missing at 24 Hour Fitness? They even tried to like dye them like
Yeah,
hideous pink
doesn't
so that
matter.
it'll be like obnoxious to the eye. People still
People
take them.
want that size
People
towel.
still
That's
take them.
why. Because what happens is people will use those for their face, their body, right? The ones that I have, you're not using that other than for wiping out a machine because it's like this big and they're different colors, but you're just like, it's just good enough to wipe down the machine. It's really not something you want to use. If you want to wipe down your face, bring your own towel.
Yeah.
The other ones, they're like cotton towels, they're a little bigger. People will use those for themselves. So they'll be like, oh, I'm going to take that home. And they'll use a little microfiber
Yeah.
one to wipe.
Oh, I should bring some over. I might
Yeah.
have a bunch of those cotton towels that I
Oh yeah. I should like see how long it takes for them to go
may
because
have
they're gonna
acquired from the
vanish.
gym.
May have, yes. Oh no, I think I said this before. It was one time where we had those blue stripe cotton
Yep.
towels and it was
It
gone. Like we
disappeared.
had so many of them, but those were from 24 Hour Fitness. I don't know who had them. Like I think a bunch of people brought them in because they were like, "Oh, I got a bunch," and we had probably like 60 of them. Like it was crazy, maybe 100. I don't know. It was crazy, and they would just
All right.
vanish like
I'm gonna
within
clean I'm
months.
gonna clean up my closets and bring you all my 24 fitness
There you
towels.
go. They'll be gone within months,
Allegedly
but
that I got
allegedly.
these towels.
But yeah, so yeah. I
So
mean,
being that said, put away and clean up after yourselves just
yeah.
out of like
I
yeah,
have the gym organized. Like this gym is honestly the only gym on the island where you will see this organization.
I'm not even talking about this gym. Like every gym that you work out at, you should have some sort of gym etiquette. Put your
For
shit
sure.
away, man, and clean it up.
For sure. That's what we're talking about, the lazy asses, right?
Yeah.
Don't be a lazy ass.
Don't be a lazy
It
ass.
is
There you
being
go.
lazy, straight up.
Trend gives you some incentive to work out. We need to get on that to incentivize you to clean up after yourself too.
You're being fucking lazy. Stop being lazy, man. Stop being fuck. Well, this is the when you go up to people and they go, "Oh, I did," and they're so
Huh?
surprised,
What?
and it's like three machines down, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's that one right there," and they're like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "How did you not see that? You're still right here." I'm like, okay,
They're in their
all right.
trance in their head. They just trying to get
They're
their
in another
workout on.
world, man. They're in another world.
Were you like that when you were working out? Were
No,
you crazy and just be like, no, just need to
no,
get the workout done? Consider it? Were
always
you
was
always
into
considerate?
re-racking weights. Well, and no, because the reason why was because the gym that I started at was Brett's gym
Yeah.
in Kailua,
In Kailua,
and it
yeah.
was his own gym,
Yeah.
and he was really big on re-racker
Hmm.
weights. So I learned as a teenager, like re-rack your weights. So I always just thought like, oh yeah, you better re-rack your weights. Like, so no matter where I trained at, I made sure I put it back because that was instilled in me from a young age.
Yeah.
And then, and then I learned after like how important it is. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. If the weights are re-racked, I don't have to worry about looking for them.
Yeah.
So then I made it easier for me to work out, right? And then I realized, hey, this is important. Like, you should do this for the next person, because we're all here sharing the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do you feel? I mean, Joey Swole came in here and worked out
Yeah.
a time or two before.
Mhm.
And do you watch his videos about people having to do better?
Yep. Yep. I do. I
Yeah,
watch
I,
him.
I
I
really
watch
love
him.
that, being
He calls
impressionable
people
like that.
out
He
on all
calls
kinds of
people
stuff.
out on that
Yeah.
bullshit, or
Yeah.
especially people acting like this is their gym when they're trying to record their
Oh, that's
whatever they're doing.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they kind of like hog up the machines,
Mm-hmm.
right? They don't want people to work in. That one's a big one for me. I'm like, I don't know. If you're doing set, and if that's like the only machine there and you're doing the set, that's the specific machine. And I don't see a problem. Like, let the guy work in, like let him work in. Just go. You guys go back and forth. If it's going to be crazy where you have to unload a lot of weights, then yeah, that may be a pain in the ass. But if it's just like you're just changing the weight stack,
Yeah.
like just let him work in and you can do your sets, Um, I don't see a problem with it. Even if you're competing, like, why? What's the problem? Let the person work in. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
or just be like, yeah, okay, I'll just move on to something else. I don't know. This is like you're sharing this equipment with everybody, right?
Yeah.
If you're that big, then you got to get your own gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got to get your own gym, then you don't have to share anything. But if you're that serious and you're that big on not sharing, then get your own place.
Yeah. I
But
agree.
or train after
Because
hours.
everybody pays their fair share due.
That's what I'm saying. Even me as a gym owner, I don't even push people off of machines, or like I won't be like, no, you can't use it because I'm using it. I'll be like, oh, you can work in. If I ask people, a lot of times people will just be like, oh no, you can have it because they know I'm the gym owner, right? And I'm like, no, 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 I'm gonna work in with you. Like, don't just leave. I know you got like two more sets. You told me you just have two more sets. I'll work in. They're like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, yeah, don't worry. Like, we can train together. It's fine. Like, and it's my machine, right? Like I own it, but I would never do that to people. He's paying, like
Yeah.
they're paying the fee.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like just treat people right, treat them fair.
I want to go back on this whole bodybuilding thing that Kenny and Chris are there at
Yep,
USA's competing.
yep.
Congratulations to Chris Knox. Very well
Chris
earned, and
Knox
these are
overall
right on.
super heavyweight bodybuilder.
Um, Kenny, he looked amazing.
He
Maybe it
looked
might be his
great.
posing. Being
Fifth,
that
yep,
said, he is right there and right around the corner
yep.
from this show would probably be
North
Pittsburgh.
American, North American, yep.
If you were Kenny, would you do a back to back?
You
If
know,
you could afford it
yeah. I
financially?
mean, if you were to take just not worry about the finances and all that, I think I would personally, because Kenny's close. I mean, like what last
He's
year
been
did he
close.
third or fourth? He's in the top five, so he's right there in the mix. He's
Yep.
in the mix.
First call out every
There's
time.
there's a couple corrections maybe he needs to do, but he's there, right? And this Chris was the same thing. Like last year, Chris had done USA's top five, North Americans top five. Came back this year, USA's won it, right?
Yeah.
So hey, Kenny's right there. I mean, this could be the same roadmap to, hey, you might have to do North Americans. Hopefully he could win that. If not, go do USA's again.
But not too many people's bodies or minds could hold up a back to back competition.
Yes. Yes, well, yes. And especially after if Kenny was really feeling like this was the one and he came in fit. I don't know how mentally draining that's gonna be for him, to be like, man,
But
that's
what if
tough.
you came in third and you were just shy of your pro card compared to coming in fifth? Because fifth, all right, I lost it by kind of a little bit of a long shot, but
Yeah.
you lost it by a point by
Mhm.
placing third. Don't you think you'd be more hard up to go to pits and be like,
Yeah. Well, I
I'm
think
right
it
there?
depends on how I lost, right? If I looked and I said, man, my posing was off, I gotta do the next show. I gotta tighten this up. Now, if I lost because my conditioning, or something, then you can look at that and be like, oh, maybe I'm not ready, or maybe I need to get a little bit bigger. I'm just not there. I'm not gonna beat these guys. I'm like, you know, like, but posing, if that was the case, and I don't know what the case is, why he didn't place higher. I'm not sure, but if it was posing mainly, man, 1 month, you know, work on it, keep that condition, go do it
Yeah.
for sure. Because you can fix posing
Yeah.
pretty fast if there's little tweaks that you need
But
to
if
do.
it's size that you're lacking, of course.
Size or yeah, then you might have to sit out a little bit.
Hmm.
But I don't think, he looked great. I don't know. I wasn't there, but Kenny looked really good. And I thought he got a lot more size now.
Yes, he did. He sure looked
And he's
like it.
in great condition. So but again, I'm not sure, I'm not sure if it was just the posing. Maybe there was something else. I have to find out. But because fifth, that's like, wow, maybe it was more than just posing. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'm just curious because a lot of people they chase that coveted pro card and
I
they
know
they
they
lose
really do.
themselves, their jobs, their family, or their minds trying to get it, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, they sacrifice a lot for it.
Yeah.
And then once they get it, I mean, how many people actually get somewhere with it, right? Or are successful from it, the
Mm-hmm.
small percentage of people that can even earn a living off of
Yeah,
it.
and we're all up against Father Time, and like how when we had Kenny on the show once, um, he wants to maintain to compete against, A-tiered,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, because Kenny's, what is he? Is that 32, 33?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
still
so he's
young.
early 30s. So he's in a good spot as far as age wise and all that. But you just got to figure out what he's doing, like what needs to be adjusted. He's there. He's right in the
He's
realm.
been, man.
He's
Ah,
been in the realm, so.
yeah.
But right on. So I'm happy for Chris though. He took that overall, so bringing that USA trophy. He never wanted his picture up on that wall. I had told him before, like he won Sean Ray, what I said,
Yeah.
put it up there, overall winners get up on the wall. And he's like, no, no, I want to wait till I win an overall national, or I want to, and I was like, okay, all right. And then man, he took the whole thing. That's crazy. That's great. So,
Ah,
got anything, Jed? Any last words? No.
no, good talk.
All right. Well, next week, yeah, probably have another guest on, or maybe John will join us. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
John.
John, good old John, Sailor John. Yeah,
He was off. He's riding off into the sunset today.
I know. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time on Paradise Pump.